திருச்சிற்றம். ஆடும்பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணிய அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம். புழியர்கோன் பொழித்த புகழியர்கோன் கழல் போற்றி ஆழிமிசை கல் மிதப்பில் அணைந்த பிரான் அடி போற்றி வாழி திருநாவலூர் வன்தொண்டர் பதம் போற்றி ஊழிமறி திருவாத ஊரர் திருத்தாள் போற்றி. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி ஏகம்பத்துரை எந்தாய் போற்றி பாகம் எண்ணுரு ஆனாய் போற்றி பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணையே போற்றி சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி அண்ணாமலையம் அண்ணா போற்றி கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெருங்கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் சார்பாக நாம் தொடர்ந்து தி ஹோலி டெய்டிஸ் ஆஃப் சைவம் என்கிற தலைப்பில் தி டெய்டிஸ் ஆஃப் லார்ட் சிவா என்கிற அந்த பகுதியை நாம் தொடர்ந்து சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. We have been discussing that various Shiva temples and we are emphasizing our statement that even though the temple pattern looks alike, the uniqueness of each temple should be understood and should be appreciated. Even though all Shiva temples may look alike, we must not forget that each and every individual temple has its own uniqueness in its what we call is in rendering prayer, in performance of pujas, in the type of the grace being delivered. All these things are unique and different from temple to temple. If I remember correctly, I told in the last session that whenever we go to any Shiva temple, we must ascertain the uniqueness of the particular temple, and we must be in tune. We must be tuning ourselves to the uniqueness of the temple. We go to temple to receive the grace of the Lordship. That is our idea. Why do we go to temple? What is the purpose of going to a temple? The purpose is purely to get the grace of Lord Shiva. In the olden times, the Lord Shiva temples were very simple, and if I am correct, that there will be only one sannadhi in all shrines. In all Shiva shrines, there will be only one sannadhi, that is the Shivalingam, the main sannadhi called Karuvarai. It is called the temple as a matter of fact. I have told you already, the main temple is the Karuvarai. The other area, the complex, is called Alayam. The total complex is called Alayam, and the Karuvarai is called Koil, temple. In olden days, or in the ancient days, Shiva temples there will be a Palibidam, there will be a flag mast, and there will be Nandi, and there will be Shivalingam. These are the main things in any Shiva temple. Subsequently, in and around the Karuvarai, the main temple, some Sannadhis were built subsequently. Today, I am going to stress one more point in which the grace of Lord Shiva in the olden days was found within the Shivalingam itself. That is inseparable state of Lord Shiva and his spouse, which is called the grace of Lord Shiva, Arut Shakti. They are inseparable. So, in Shivalingam, both of them, Lord Shiva and his grace, both of them are inherently within the Shivalingam itself. But subsequently, a separate Sannadhi for his spouse, Ambar Sannadhi. The concept some or other erupted, in which era I don't understand, because our mentors, our gurus, they have specified the Ambar's name in some of the their sonnets. They have specified the Ambar's name. But I am at a loss to know whether there had been any separate Sannadhi for Ambar. Only of late, the separate Sannadhi for Ambar had come into existence. So, there was a separate Sannadhi and it was named. Of course, the name of the grace or Ambar, it was being mentioned by our mentors, our gurus in their poems, in their sonnets. But with regard to the Sannadhi concept, a separate Sannadhi concept, if you just see in very old temples, some of the old temples, there will be a separate Sannadhi for Ambar, in front of which you may find a bull. So, it was conceived that this type of temples are very old. Of late, there were lions in front of Shakti. There were lions, Simbam. So, it was built subsequently. So, at a later stage, the Shakti, the goddess, the spouse of Lord Shiva, was found to be driving on a lion, Simha Vahini. Her vehicle is Shimmam. So, likewise, Simmams are being found in some of the temples. Some of the olden temples, bulls are there, like Lord Shiva. So, the concept erupted only of late that to have a separate Sannadhi for Ambar. In olden days, Ambar Sannadhi was not a separate one and it was not found separately. Then and there in the Moolavar itself, the Ambar is found to be inseparable with the Almighty. Okay. Anyway, however, nowadays what we find, today what we find is we have a separate Sannadhi for Ambar In all the temples, invariably in all the temples, we have a separate Sannidhi for Ambal. So it has been accepted, and the temples started being built with a separate Sannidhi for Ambal. The devotees of Ambal, the separate branch is called Saktam. However, in Saivam, we don't see Saktam as a separate one. We are looking into the aspect as if the goddess, the Arut Shakti, the grace, is inseparable from Lord Shiva. So it is our concept. So if you go to any Shiva temple, now Ambal Sannidhi finds equal importance of the main deity Shivalingam in any Shiva temple. If you just see the Ambal Sannidhi, instead of being found within the temple itself, in some of the temples, it is these temples are separately built outside the complex of Lord Shiva. It has a separate entrance, separate flag mast, everything separate. It is because that the concept of having a Karuvari for only one God. So the concept is, here Lord Shiva is in Shivalingam form with inseparable Arut Shakti or the grace. Whereas the Arut Shakti has taken a form, feminine form. The Arut Shakti is conceived as the feminine form, Ambal Shakti, and a separate Sannidhi has been built. And people are very fond of Ambal Sannidhi. So equal importance is nowadays being attached to the Ambal Sannidhi also. And people are supposed to go and pray at the Sannidhi of Shivalingam and also at the Sannidhi of Ambal. If you just see, Jnanasambandha Peruman was dedicating 2 sonnets for Tiruvannamalai. In one of them, he says, Unnamulai Umayaludum Udanaihiya Oruvan. As a matter of fact, there are no Sannidhis, there were no Sannidhis at his time. I should be very precise. There were no separate Sannidhis. He sang only about the mountain. He saw the mountain of Lord Shiva with the inseparable spouse of him. With the inseparable spouse of him. Unnamulai, he has named it. But to be very sure, I can assure that there was no separate Sannidhi for Ambal as Unnamulai. No Sannidhi at his time. It was only later built a separate temple. He only addressed the mountain with the 2 of his sonnets. One is long shot, another one is a close up. So he has dedicated 2 sonnets with about 11 songs in each padiham. Here I saw sonnet, I mean a padiham with the 10 songs. Padiham means 10 songs, and the 11th song is giving you the details of the temple, the one who has composed the padiham, and what will this padiham yield for genuine reciter of this Padiham. All these details you can find in the 11th one, which is called Tirukadai Kappu. So, this Padiyam, 2 Padiyams were dedicated by our great Jnanasambandha Perumal, in which he says, Unnamalai Umayalodum Udanagiya Oruvan, he says, Pennagiya Peruman Malai, Pennagiya Peruman Malai. So, this Malai is addressed there, Peruman Malai. So, that Malai is the pair of Lord Shiva and his spouse, inseparable spouse, his Shakti. திருமாமணி திகழ மன்னார்ந்தனவ அருவித்திரள் மழலை முழவதிரும் அண்ணாமலை தொழுவார் வினை வழுவாவண்ணம் அருமே. Likewise it goes. So what I am trying to insist is that in the olden days, even though the name of goddess Shakti is being mentioned, there was not a separate Sannadhi for Ambal. Subsequently, it has developed, some developments were there, and in temples, separate Sannadhis for Ambal were built and devotees were attracted. Of course, devotees attach equal importance. I am just telling you equal importance. In sometimes it may so happen that they attach more importance to the Ambal Sannidhi rather than to the Swami Sannidhi. For example, if you go to Thiru Anika, Ambal Ahilandeswari attracts more devotees. And that too in Adi Fridays, there will be long queues even now. There will be long queues about 1 to 2 kilometers length to make darshan of Ambal. Such will not be the case for Jambukeswarar. So, it so happens. Why I am telling you is this, Ambal there is the feminine form of Lord Shiva. You must look into the fact like this. How you must look into the fact? You must look into the fact that Ambal is nothing but the feminine form of Lord Shiva. If you go to Samayapuram, it will be the best example I can give you. If you go to Samayapuram, Mariamman, she is that. She is the Mariamman. The name itself says that she is the operator of all Mayas. She is the sole operator of all Prapanchams, all Mayas. She is the Tirobhava Shakti, she is the Tiruvarul Shakti, he is everything. If you go to the temple, inner Sannadhi, you will be given as prasadam only the holy ash. Only the holy ash will be given as prasadam, not kumkum. Some people were even asking me, why holy ash is being given in Ambal Sannidhi? The fact is that she is the feminine form of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva himself is sitting there in the feminine form. That is why he is called Tayu Manavan. You understand the concept? So that is why we should not look into the Ambal Sannidhi as if a different one. It is the form of Lord Shiva. Whenever Lord Shiva wants to take a form, only he takes the form of Shakti. All forms are Shakti. Shakti only gives him the form. Like a woman gives the body for all souls. The souls are getting the body from where? From a woman. You understand? But that woman is the symbolic representation of the Maya, Prakriti Maya. You understand? But whereas Lord Shiva, when he wants to take a form, he takes the form from Shakti. Kayamo Maya என்று காண்பது சக்தி தன்னால். That's how Arunadi Shivacharya explains. You understand? Okay. So, I have told you that in any temple, the Sannadhi, that is Lord Shiva's Sannadhi, should be the supreme. No other Sannadhi can be compared or equalized, or you should stand there and make a demand there, because you are not supposed to make any demand in any Sannadhi, because no Sannadhi, no God in any Sannadhi is empowered to give you anything that you want. They are all under the control of Lord Shiva. If at all, if you make any request or demand, that will be forwarded by that Sannadhi God to the Karuvari God, to the main deity. It will be forwarded for approval and sanction. You understand? So I had told you like that, but except Ambal Sannadhi. Because Ambal Sannadhi, Ambal, nothing but part of Lord Shiva. What we say about Lord Shiva is inseparable from his spouse. He is inseparable. When he is seen, she is at the rear of him. She just, that is why whenever they decorate, Ambal will not be seen separately. She will be under the cover of Lord Shiva. She will be பார்த்தும் பார்க்காதது மாதிரி. Likewise only they will decorate. They will put all garlands and flowers in such a fashion that you have to take some efforts to make darshan of her. She will be under the cover of Lord Shiva. She is at the back. But if you look into the other statue, she will be coming separately also. Lord Shiva will not come separately. Without his spouse, he will not come. You understand? He will come only with his spouse, whereas his spouse will come separately. அம்பாள் தனியாக வருவாங்க. பஞ்சமூர்த்தியில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அம்பாள் will come separately. So this is the best example. She will not be exposed in front of or in the presence of Lord Shiva. She will be under the cover of Lord Shiva. But when Lord Shiva is not there, she will be there in the form. She is nothing but she is only Lord Shiva in the feminine form. You understand? So it's a very beautiful concept of Saivism, that Thiruvarul Shakti, that grace alone will lift us, will liberate us, will give us what we want. As a matter of fact, we are praying for only that grace. Arul Kudu, please sanction us grace. What do you mean by that? It is nothing but the goddess Shakti. So, whenever you go and pray before goddess Shakti, Ambal Sannidhi, you are supposed to make separate demands before her. It should not be compared with other Sannidhis. Ambal Sannidhi is nothing but Shiva Sannidhi, and there Lord Shiva is in the form. Here formless form, there he is in the form of, if he has taken a feminine form or mother form. Likewise, you can say whatever you want. So, in all our temples, Ambal or goddess is very, very important, and their Sannadhi is also very, very important. And devotees are supposed to definitely, without fail, pay their prayer, pay their pujas at the Ambal Sannadhi without fail. So, if you go to any temple, if you go to Swami Sannadhi, don't fail to visit Ambal Sannadhi. If you visit Ambal Sannadhi, don't fail to go to Swami Sannadhi. Both of them are one and the same in two different forms. You should not think that it is a separate Sannadhi, it's a separate Sannadhi, Ambal is here, Siva is here. No, Siva is in both Sannadhis. Without Siva, nothing is worshipable. Nothing is worshipable. If you want to worship, only you can worship Lord Shiva. So, Lord Shiva in the feminine form, Lord Shiva in his formless form. That's how the two Sannadhis are to be considered. And whenever, don't make a mistake of neglecting or ignoring or skipping one of the two Sannadhis for any reason. You understand? Okay. Now, we have been discussing that the importance of Ambal Sannadhi. Why I am telling you is this, that the Ambal Sannadhi, the importance of Ambal Sannadhi, Ambal, you can just understand the way in which she is named and addressed. It will be imperative. If you just see in any temple, if you go over there, if you ask for the name of Lord Shiva there, and you must see that Shiva's name will be uttered only with his spouse name attached. Without his spouse name or Ambal's name, Lord Shiva's name will not be pronounced or told. For example, Annamalai, if you want to say, without saying Annamalai separately, you must say Unnamulai Umayalodum Udanagiya Annamalai. Arulmigu Unnamulai Udanagiya Annamalayar. Likewise, only you must say. It should come in the front. It should come to the front. Then only the Swami's name will come. Because she only takes you to him. Is it not? It is the importance of a mother. See, the mother only introduces the father to the child. If a mother doesn't introduce, the child will not know its father. So, the fate of the father is only being introduced by the mother. Mother will say, he is your father, daddy, appa. She will teach. Likewise, Goddess Shakti will teach the soul. He is your appa. I will take you to him. Likewise, she will guide, she will grace. So, it is very important that Veyuru Tholi Pangan Vidamunda Kantan. Nyanasamudra Peruman will say. You just see how he is graced by Sirhadi by Thoniapar. Periyana, he only fed him with her breast milk. Is it not? Under the instructions of Lord Shiva. That is why he is addressing in Devaram on first hand, Todudaya Seviyan. Likewise, the inseparability is being exposed in this song. So whenever you are supposed to give a Lord's name, Shiva's name in any temple, don't forget to attach Ambal's name. For example, if you are asked to pronounce the name of the God in Tiruvachiyur, what is the name of the God, Lord Shiva? What is the name of Lord Shiva in Tiruvachiyur? Somebody is asking you, because you are a Chennite, you live in Chennai, somebody is asking you, you are a guy living in Chennai, what is your God in Tiruvachiyur called? Then you must say, அருள்மிகு வடிவுடை அம்மன் உடனாகி ஆதிபுரீஸ்வரர், அருள்மிகு வடிவுடை அம்மன் உடனாகிய படம்பக்கநாதர். Likewise you must say. Not just plainly you must say that Padambakkanadar, Otri, Adipuri, sir. No, not like that. You are not supposed to say like that. If you are asked to name the god of Lord Shiva in a particular temple, if you are saying only the name of Lord Shiva, then you are just pronouncing, or you are just giving the details in 50% only. The other half you have missed. So whenever you are asked to give, what's the name of the Lord in your Mylapore temple, somebody is asking, what you must say? What you must say? Kabali. No. Don't say like that. You are not a Saivat. If you are a pure Saivat, if you are real Saivat, then you must say, Arulmihi Karpahambihi Udanaya Kabalishwarar. See, the way in which you are saying that you are getting the grace out of their names. You are just getting the grace out of the name. Whenever you pronounce the names, you feel proud of it. You get energy out of it, out of the name itself. So a Saivat is expected to give the name along with the Ambal's name. Along with the Ambal's name. In which this way I am just giving you the importance of Ambal Sannidhi in any temple. In some temples, if you just see, the Ambal name will unlock the uniqueness of the particular temple. The importance, I have told you about the uniqueness of Shiva's temple. The uniqueness of Shiva temple, I have given you the details. Every Shiva temple has its own uniqueness. That uniqueness may be unlocked by the name of the Ambal. You understand? For example, if you just see the name of Kanchipuram Ambal, she takes care of all the Shiva temples. For all the Shiva temples, she is the energy, she is the Arul Shakti of all Shiva temples, and all Shiva temples are not supposed to have their own Ambal Sannidhi, but instead of that, all Shiva temples have a unique Ambal Sannidhi as Kamakotam. That is why our Guru, all Gurus, Jnana Sambandhar, Tirunavukkarasar, Sundaramurti Swami, all of them, they visited Kamakotam. Whenever they go to Kanchipuram, if they go to Yegambareswarar, they will go over to Kamakotam and they will pay their prayer. You understand? Okay. So why I am giving you the details? Because she is called Kamakshi. Kamakshi. So Kamakshi, Achi means she who belongs the eyes. The speciality of the eyes, Kamakshi, Kama. Why it is called Kama? Means she has abundant measure of love for the souls. Kama means but asay. Asay means you should not think of worldly desires. Not like that. A mother has a desire for her child. Is it not? Can it be compared with any other desire? A mother will attach her all desires over her child. Likewise, Kamakshi, she has enormous amount of love for all the souls. That is why she is there to grace all the souls. To grace all the souls. So there it means in Kanchipuram, all Shiva temples are ready to give the grace to the souls, not to come back to this world again. A birthless state, a mukti state will be awarded for all the souls who visit and pray all Shiva temples in Kanchipuram. So that is, Kanchi Kamachi will give the grace of birthless state. Who can give? Except her. Except her, who can give that boon for us? Because she is very, very, very loving all her souls, all the souls as her children. So she is ready to give the grace to whomsoever concerned. Anybody who comes to Shiva temple, if they come and make a prayer to Shiva in any temple, she will be there. Whether it is Kachi Mayanam, whether it is Kachi Anegadangavadam, whether it is Yahambareswarar, whether it is Kailasanadar, anywhere you go, any Shiva temple, she is ready to bestow her love and grace over the souls. So the speciality, the uniqueness of Kamakshi, her sight will be on all the souls. Even though she is there, Achi means it concerns about the sight. She can see, she will see. If you go to Shiva temple, you need not search her. Her sight will be there over you. She will be gracing you. Whoever comes to Kanchipuram, whoever comes to the Shiva temples, her grace of eyes will be there. She will be looking at them and she will be awarding the birthless state to all the souls. That is why she is called Kamakshi. Okay, if you go to Madurai, Thiru Alavai, if you go to Madurai, she is called Meenakshi. She is called Meenakshi. Arulmigu Meenakshi Udanaya Sundareswarar. Is it not? Sundaraliga Peruman, Mahalingeshwarar, Sundara Mahalingam, Sundareswarar, Shokanadar. All these things, they give you a unique interest and meaning to whomsoever people who are pronouncing their names, these names, pronouncing these names, uttering these names, chanting these names. They are given the beautiful energy by Meenakshi. What do you mean by Meenakshi? Means just crudely it means a fish. But a fish hatches eggs how? By the sight of it. Likewise, by the sight of her, by the sight itself, Meenakshi delivers the grace to all the souls. Whoever comes to Madurai, when they go to her Sannidhi and they when they make their demands and pray, she looks at them with a good grace, with a kindness, and she sanctions all their demands. Not only that, hatching means what do you mean? Hatching the eggs means what do you mean? It is giving the fruitful result. Meenakshi is giving fruitful result of our all efforts. So, if at all, if you are going to take any efforts, if you go to Meenakshi and make a demand, she will make it fruitful. That is why she is called a Meenakshi. Achi, I have already told you, Kannai Udayaval, the one who belongs the eyes. Achi. So, Kamakshi, Meenakshi, and if you go to Tirukachur, she is called Anjanakshi. Anjana means the black thing they are putting over their eyes for beautifying the eyes. Is it not? If you go to Kasi, she is called Visalatshi. Visalam, the broad eyes. Visalatshi, Visalatshi. What do you mean broad? The eyes will be broadened, means sight will be broadened. What do you mean by that? Perundanmai, Perunokku. What all it means? She is ready to forgive all the sins. He is making the soul towards the purified state. So that is why she is called Visalatchi. So what I am trying to insist or stress is the Ambal is given a special name, and you must brood over, you must prune, you must take a certain time to think over the name of Ambal and the real value of that name and the real meaning of the name or the genuinity of the naming of goddess. All these things can be understood if you take a small measurement of efforts. If you take some efforts, you will be able to crack down the details. Most of the temples, you may not find a suitable person to give. People will be giving so much of details about it. There will be a lot of guides for big temples. If you go to Kasi, there will be a lot of guides. If you go to Tiruvannamalai, there will be a lot of guides. If you go to, I don't think for Tiruanika, but if you go to Kanchipuram, you will find guides. So many guides will be there, and they will be giving you a lot of details, hearsay details. But some of them are fake, some of them are genuine. We do not know what are all the genuine details we are getting. People are there, but still you must get the information from authentic persons, or authentic material should be taken out. I can find some in net also. Some of the details are not genuine. Some of them are exaggerated details are there, or hearsay stories have been yawned and composed. So we must be very careful to satisfy ourselves. We should not believe the yawned stories. We must be pinning down on the real facts which can be culled out from our Tirumurais, only from Tirumurai. So please get the name of Ambal when you go to Lord Shiva temple. Think over the name. Never fail to visit the Sannidhi. Even though if you are pressed for time, to visit some more temples, some people are visiting only Shiva, Swami Sannidhi, and they are skipping the Ambal Sannidhi and going away. No, not like that. you must visit both the Sannidhis. Both of them are very important, because as far as I am concerned, both Sannidhis are Shiva Sannidhis. One is in the formless form, another one is in form. You understand? Okay. In some temples, if you go to the temple, you will find more than one name for Ambal, for Goddess Shakti. I can give you an example. If you go to Tiruvarur, the main goddess is Kamalambal. There is a separate Sannidhi for Kamalambal, separate temple itself. We may call it as a separate temple itself. A palibidam, a flag mast, everything is separate for that Sannidhi. And if you worship, if you make darshan of Tyagaraja, you can find there Ambal. But she is named as Kondi Amman. She is named as Kondi Amman. Arulmigu Kondi Amman Udanaya Tyagaraja. Tyagaraja Swami. So you have to, these type of things also should be carefully noted down, and you must be able to discriminate between the goddess names in the name wise. Of course, there are different forms of Lord Shiva. No doubt about it. You understand? So, it will be a very nice practice to give the name of Lord Shiva along with the name of his spouse in any temple. For example, if you in Chennai, we are delighted to have more than 5 or 6 temples. These temples, they are having padihams sung by our mentors, Gurumars. Jnanasambandar, Appar, Sundarar. Tiruvattur, I have already told you, for which we have the songs of Appar Swami and Sundarar are available. If you go to Mailapur, you have Jnanasambandar. If you go to Tiruvanmiyur, again Jnanasambandar, Appar you have. So, whenever we address them, Arulmigu Vadivudai Amman Udanaya Teaser, Arulmigu Vadivudai Amman Udanaya Padambakkanadar, Arulmigu Vadivudai Amman Udanaya Sri Adipuriswarar. Likewise, if you go to Arulmigu Karpagambal Udanaya Kabalishwarar for Mailapur. If you go to Tiruvanmiyur, Vanmiyur Isar, Arulmigu Tirupura Sundari Udanaya Palvandanadar, Arulmigu Tirupura Sundari Udanaya Marundisar. So, we feel pleased and we feel proud whenever we give the name of Lord Shiva along with the. Suppose somebody asks you, what's your father's name? Definitely don't forget to tell your mother's name also. Even though they have asked you father's name, definitely tell them your mother's name also. What's your father's name? So sometimes people, parents' name means they will give only father's name. No, we are supposed to give our mother's name also. She takes the pride, she possesses the responsibility. She takes the pride of us 50%. You understand? So we must give the name of our mother also. If we are asked to give the name of father, don't expect them to ask the name of mother specifically. You just say your mother's name also. You understand? Likewise, if you are asked to give the Lord's name, don't forget to attach a mother's name also. If you go to Vada Tirumulai Vayil, அருள்மிகு கொடியுடை அம்மன் உடனாகிய மாசலாமணி ஈஸ்வர். Is it not? So, whenever we are asked to give the name of the Vadathirumulai Vayil ஈஸ்வர், we should not say only மாசலாமணி. அருள்மிகு வடிவுடையம் இது அருள்மிகு கொடியிடை அம்மன் உடனாகிய மாசலாமணி ஈஸ்வர். Like வடிவுடை அம்மன் உடனாகிய ஆதிபுரீஸ்வரர், கொடியிடை அம்மன் உடனாகிய மாசலாமணி ஈஸ்வர். So, suppose if you go to Trichy, if you are asked to give the name of Swami's name, அருள்மிகு மட்டுவார் குழலி உடனாகிய மட்டுவார் குழலி அம்மை உடனாகிய தாய்மானம். How sweet, isn't it? Very sweet. அருள்மிகு ஜம்புகேஸ்வரர், அருள்மிகு அகிலாண்டேஸ்வரி உடனாய ஜம்புகேஸ்வரர். You are going to Samayapuram. You are asked to give the name. What will you say? அருள்மிகு சமயபுரம் ஆரியம்மன். That's all. You just see the trick there. She stands alone. Father cannot stand alone without the support of mother. She stands alone. That is the theory of our Saivam. Tiruvara Shakti. It comes as a separate entity. Samayapuram Mariyamman. So likewise, we attach more importance to goddess Shakti. We don't see Shakti as a separate god. We see it as feminine form of Lord Shiva. Again and again, I am stressing this. So whenever procession, Panjamurti procession, God with his spouse, he will come first. Before that, Vinayagar will come. Following this, Ambal will come separately. And just behind her, you can see Valli Devasena Sameda Lord Muruga. And just follows Sandigeswara. You understand? So, likewise, whenever father goes and mother goes, their children will also follow. That is the Saivat. You understand? So, the main idea behind is the deities of Ambal. The deities of Ambal indicate the kindness, the grace of Lord Shiva. So, I have been giving you the details about Ambal Sannidhi along with the Swami Sannidhi, so that we should not look upon them as separate entities. Ambal, in some temples, in most of the temples, it should be a case that in Karpagriham, there will be Manonmani, Sadasiva will be there and Manonmani will be there inside the Karpagriham in any Shiva Sannidhi. Manonmani. Because Sadasiva, Manonmani, she will be there. So he is called Sadasiva, so his spouse is called Manonmani. If he is called Karaniswarar, then his spouse will be called Swarnambike. You understand? So likewise, the details, today I have given you so many details about the Sannidhi of Goddess in temples. If we must look at it that we later on, at later stages, our ancestors thought that the grace should have a separate Sannidhi in the form of mother. So people should also go over there and should understand the theory behind Lord Shiva and his grace. First of all, we must get his grace, and then we must get his Anandam, the bliss. So, grace and bliss, if I am correct, Arul, Anandam. Both of them are supported by love, genuine love, a real love, nascent love, love without any expectation, love without any demand, love without any reservations, love without any constraints. You understand? Such a love by the souls shown to the Lord Shiva and to his spouse, the Arut Shakti will fetch all the goods, all the good things in life. Health, wealth, the peace of mind, anything you say, it will be given by the grace. Ultimately, it will give the bliss also. So, we may request him to bless us with so many things, but we must be very keen in asking him to give his bliss also. That is the ultimate thing the soul should be interested in. These things, whatever we get, they are not last long. They will not last for long. They will last for a certain period, and they may not give you the pleasure as we expect in due course of time. In the initial period, it may have given you the pleasure you expected, but as time grows, it may not be that much pleasurable thing as you expected. So, the bliss is not like that. Ara Amude. That's how Manivasaka Peruman addresses. So, with this, we are just closing the chapter on the deities of Lord Shiva, because for Ambal we cannot separately see. They are all attached to the Shiva temple, and usually the Ambal, the form, she will be having four hands, and usually, and some special markers. That is, in Tirukadavur, she will be having a sugar cane. In Madurai, she will be having a parrot. Likewise, some special things will be there in her appearance. But still, these are the basic details we discussed today about the grace of Lord Shiva. I think I have made clear of some of the things about Lord Shiva temple. From next session onwards, we will switch over to next topic in our serial. With this, I am just closing this session with the 5-letter mantra. I will be uttering 5 times. I request you to join me at your place. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். I want to tell you one thing. Today, I have not mentioned the Qatar couple. These people are behind these sessions. Their attitude, their motto, the main reason for promoting such programs is to propagate these real values of Hindu temples, especially Siva temples, and the real meaning of the deities. Why should we have deities? What is the background in praying? The main thing is they want them to be put in English. Of course, in Tamil, there are a lot of sessions are there, but they want these things to be explained in English because some of the people may not be well versed with the Tamil, but they are also willing to know the details about our Saivam and the deities of our Saivam. So, for the benefit of those people, our Qatar couple, Mrs. and Mr. Saravan, they are promoting such programs. So, I should thank them. I should also pray Lord Shiva to bestow upon them His grace for their best future. With this, I am just closing this session. We will meet with a new chapter in the next session, that is on 18th of December. Okay? திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.